question. Just how big a shock was that for you tonight, City losing at home to Lyon?
Well, I'd say it's a bit of a shock for me because I think that when we look at the French league, Ligue 1, and the way that Paris Saint-Germain dominate that league, I think what you tend to do, or what I've done to my own fault, really, is underestimate teams like Lyon. And what they were today was very quick, very athletic, and very, very good.
Do you think that's what City did? Underestimate them?
I'm not sure. I just feel that it wasn't the City team that we normally see in respect to the way they attack teams and play against teams. But I don't know what it is with the Champions League, but they don't seem to get it going. And it wasn't that City team that we were expecting to see. The City team, Craig, that I was saying are our favourites to win this competition. Nowhere near it.
Well, there were favourites. What happened for you tonight, Craig?
Mistakes and the basics, which they're very, very good at. You know, they give the ball away cheaply. You know, players like Silva as well,
Yeah,
David Silva,
who
everyone adores,
yeah.
and rightly so. He just didn't look himself. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Jesus, but it's still Aguero. Maybe first game, you'd like to see him play. But I just thought there was just too many players had an off day for him, which is not like him. We're not used to seeing him lose. Lyon team are a good team.
Yeah.
And we do talk about the French, but one thing with the French league, and it always has been, especially over the last 10 to 15 years, is they're athletic.
Yeah.
You know, they have a lot of pace. There are a lot of African players as well.
Yeah.
You know, play their trade there as well, ply their trade there. So, but it is a surprise. But if you look at the group of Shakhtar, Hoffenheim, I still don't see Manchester City having a problem getting out of this group.
Yeah.
You still think they'll win it? No problem. This is just a blip.
Can I see him going to Lyon and winning? I can.
Yeah.
Even more so after today as well. And, you know, credit to Lyon, I thought, going 2-0 up, they defended very, very well.
Yeah.
But this Manchester City are by far the best team in this group. Yet it is a blip. It was an off day for them today. I don't see him having too many problems qualifying in first.
Pep Guardiola was in the stands, of course. He was suspended for this game. Do you think that had anything to do with it at all?
I don't think
shouldn't
so.
do, should it?
No, it shouldn't really, because we have to look back at Manchester City's form in the Champions League. It's not great for whatever reason, whether Pep's on the sideline or not. I don't think it helps that he's not there. But the fact is that Man City, in the way they've played in this competition, is by far totally different to how they dominate the Premier League. And I don't know what that is.
It's three in a row. At home now, they've lost in the Champions League as well.
But
is that a
I
mental
don't know about you,
spell?
I'm even watching the game, and you know, I was lucky enough to play for the club, and the support is brilliant,
Right.
really, really good. But I find in the Champions League, like, it just seems flat. Like you look at, like, you know, you see Anfield yesterday.
Yeah, my God.
And credit to Manchester United, their supporters. You know, those European nights, they
know
they
exactly
have to drag the team up. Because they're special occasions, they get right up for it straight from the start. Even when you go abroad, you see the supporters in there an hour early.
Yep.
I think because they haven't been used to this, and OK, they've had it over the last 7-8 years, but...
Is that enough, Craig, for them to play so inconsistently in this competition? Because
No, it isn't due to the quality they have.
I can't put a finger on it.
Yeah, but it just doesn't, especially being a first game as well, I just look at it and say, look, like I said, I don't see Manchester City having a problem finishing first, but everything seemed flat, from the supporters to just the display of the players as well.
As well, Craig. I just, as much as like you, I think Jesus has got an unbelievable future ahead of him, and he's going to be amazing. But I can't understand how you're not starting Aguero in a game like this. Just to get the game won and get it done, and to bring him on, and you know, he's dangerous at any time. I just feel that things like that I think that's a mistake for me.
Yeah, I think your home games in the Champions League go as strong as you can.
Yeah.
Get those games won, win your home games, and all you need really is nick a win away from home and you qualify.
Yeah.
In the last few years, they have been unfortunate, I suppose, in the fact that they played Barcelona twice and Real Madrid, of course, have been knocked out there. But also the last couple of years...
Monaco would have hurt.
That would have been a big one. And obviously Liverpool by that margin as well.
Yes.
What do you feel they've learned from those games that can take them? And do you still feel that they are favourites for the Champions League? Does one game change that?
No, but it's difficult to... All right, you look at them being favourites, but it's a club that's never won it. And OK, the manager has, and there's one or two players who have, but as a football club, never underestimate the strength of what it means. You know, because I remember being at Liverpool and there was a number of better teams I felt than us.
Yeah.
But we were Liverpool. We've won this before.
Yeah.
This club has history of winning it, and it's sort of even other clubs who would intimidate as well, especially when it went to Anfield.
Yeah. Well,
There's something special about this competition that this club always has a chance. Once they're in it, they got a great chance of winning it.
Yeah.
And if you look at even Liverpool last year, you know, that experience of a football club, and even as supporters, they know
really
when to get behind you at the right moment. They know when it's not going as well. They don't get edgy. They drive you forwards because they've seen it. All right, the players like at Liverpool, manager, have not won Champions Leagues at this club because they, you know, but at the same time, the supporters have. They've all seen it, so their experience drags you through.
Yeah.
And I just look at Manchester City. I can see why they're favourites because the players they have and the manager they have and what they've done last year, and I can understand that. But at the same time, I wouldn't be comfortable in putting money on them, and I'm not a gambling man because of the fact that still the club is a general and the supporters are not used to. They haven't been there. They got to a semi-final once. That experience of really getting to the final stages, to really get to finals.
And they haven't kicked on from that, though, have they?
They haven't kicked on. Look, Monaco would have hurt them. Like I said, Liverpool last year. But even, you speak to, you know, even like ourselves, because obviously we would debate last year, did we really fancy Man City against Liverpool?
We both.
You know, we were all sat there
both
saying,
said that we
this is
fancy
one
Liverpool.
team over two legs that we feel was probably the worst draw Man City could have had. So, you know, I look at all the teams now, and definitely I can understand why Man City are favourites, but at the same time, I would put Liverpool ahead of them still. And I'm not just because of their great win last night and deserved win. That experience. They've got to a final already.
So was that first one the hardest one for you?
I would have thought so.
I would have thought
so. Definitely. You have to feel that Manchester City, in the way they play in the Premier League, they're probably going to, if somebody don't get hold of them, and Liverpool are trying their best to do that, they're going to probably run away with it for many years to come if they carry on at the rate they're going. But it's the Champions League, I think that Pep and them as a team,
the owners as well.
Yeah, will be judged on. You know, I think that when you look at the team that they're able to put out on a Saturday, that should beat most teams on a weekly basis. But I think that they will be judged at the end of the day on the Champions League. And I know that Pep has said that you are judged on the 38 games because that's when your champions are. That's when you find out about champions. And in the Champions League, it's more a case of it's a cup competition. You win 6 games, like the World Cup almost. But the fact is that this is where I believe that people will judge Manchester City under Pep if they can get to the latter stages and win the Champions League.
When the owners bought Manchester City, I remember because I was like one of the first loads coming in with those finances. And I also remember even Khaldoon, Gary Cook as well at the time, was the reason we bought this club, the reason we're going to push and we ain't stopping, because we want to be the best club in the world. We want to make sure we have the #1 club in the world.